The Xbox Series S was the best-selling console in India in March. So the Xbox Series S was flying off the shelves in India in March, becoming the best-selling console in that country, which is extremely surprising considering the stranglehold that PlayStation has on the country. Now, before we get into this any further, if you guys are new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community so we can have some great conversations in the comments below. So this is a rather interesting case on what is actually happening with the sales in India when it comes to the Xbox Series X and S. According to multiple retailers across India, the best-selling console in March was the Series S, and that was actually followed by the Series X. And one of the main reasons they are saying that this is the case is because the Series S is the most readily available console within brick and mortar retail stores and online. So customers are walking into these stores and they're looking for a PS4 or a PS5, which is the #1 selling console in India, and they're being told that they're out of stock. And then they're being explained what can you get with an Xbox Series S in terms of Game Pass, and then they realize that the price of the Xbox Series S is cheaper than the PlayStation 5, and they're going ahead and they're picking up an Xbox Series S. This says here, most of them showed up to buy a PS4. When we told them it was out of stock and explained to them what Game Pass is and how many games they get access to, they picked up the Series S instead. And I find that really interesting because a lot of people still don't understand what Game Pass brings. I mean, Game Pass has over 20 million subscribers, but there's still so many people that just, if they're not paying attention to what is going on with Game Pass, to the amount of games that are coming, to day one third-party games like MLB The Show and Outriders making their way onto the service, they're honestly not going to know just the value you're getting if you were to pick up an Xbox Series S and you were to pick up Game Pass with that. And then you have that $200 price gap between the Xbox Series S and the PlayStation 5. And I think for a lot of people, this is going to be a very compelling offer when they go into a store and they're just looking to pick up a console to get into next generation games. They're going to see that $200 price gap. And a lot of this will depend, hey, if they're only playing on a 1080p display or a 1440p display, or they want to play on a monitor and they're only playing select third-party games, like they want to play FIFA, they want to play Call of Duty, they want to play Apex Legends, the Xbox Series S is going to be an extremely compelling offer. As well as the brick and mortar offline stores, online retailers has also seen an uptick in the Xbox Series S sales, saying that the Xbox Series S console has routinely been on Amazon's India's best-selling list, even though, again, it is the console that is available right now, and they're saying that if the Xbox Series X was available, that would probably be selling out and being the most selling console as well. Now, India as a country, like I said, has historically been dominated by PlayStation, but it seems like with the PlayStation 5, the tables are starting to turn a bit. And I think, although they're saying it's because of what's available within retail, I think there's a little bit more to it. And there is this article here that is also published on IGN India saying that gamers in India want better pricing from Sony, and the Xbox Series S obviously provides that better pricing. This saying this should not have been the best year for PlayStation 4 as it was its 7th year, but despite that, it ended up being the best year for PS4. Obviously, it's the end of a console. The console is going to be cheaper. More people are going to be picking it up. And what's interesting is that Indian gamers want lower pricing along with a sustained demand for international content and franchises like GTA and FIFA. They don't want Indian content only, they are okay with international content. Now, what's important here is that this is an article that's published on March 20th, and this was before we knew that the Xbox Series S was the best-selling console in March in India. And they're saying here as well that they're seeing that the PS5 exclusives are costing 1,000 more rupees than other third-party games. And when Indian gamers go and they are purchasing and they're looking for a console, they're going to see that the PlayStation 5, they pick that up. They're going to have to spend that extra amount of rupees on getting those exclusives. And they're going to see that if they are to pick up a Xbox Series S, which will be, we're using Canadian and American dollars here, $200 less than the PlayStation 5. It's a console that's going to be able to run all of those next generation games, all of those next generation third-party games like they want here with GTA and FIFA. It's going to be very compelling if those are the games that they are looking to play when picking up one of these next generation consoles. I made a video previously talking about this, and some people thought that I was crazy thinking that the Xbox Series S could potentially be a threat to the PlayStation 5, depending on the type of games that you are wanting to play. You're somebody out there who is only looking to play third-party games, first-person shooters, free-to-play games like Apex and Call of Duty Warzone, sports games like FIFA, like NHL, like Madden, now like MLB. The Xbox Series S is going to be extremely compelling. You can play all those sports games through Game Pass, even including NBA now, and you get all those free-to-play games. There's no more paywall with Xbox Live Gold, and you're paying $200 less for the console. So I think this is a trend that we will continue to see. I don't know if it'll always be the best selling console in these countries, because obviously the stock has a lot to do with it, but I think if the marketing is done well, the value proposition of the cheaper console plus you get access to Game Pass comes in, I think that we will see an uptick in sales for the Xbox Series S in these countries. And when I make reference to these countries, I'm saying countries that are generally dominated by PlayStation, like India was, with 90% market share. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Let me know what you think, if this is something that will continue, or if it's only happening because there's such low stock for the other consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you're new here and you liked what you see throughout this video. I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community, so we can have great conversations like this in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.